Previously on the Test of Time Metaseries.
The Commonwealth of Venice in their armoury have this inscription. Happy is that city which in time of peace thinks of war.
There is the Venetian arsenal. It's in Sparta. Ah, we can get it with this guy. There we go. Like that. And there we go. There is me. Yes. All right. There we go. That should give us that city at least. So there. Right. Greetings and salutations. I'm Skipper the 14th, and welcome back to the Test of Time meta series. Let's continue where we left off. We just wiped out the Kree by taking their last city, here, their capital. It's quite the process because there were only 2 tiles from which we could really safely bombard it. So it took quite a while to really took a while to kind of whittle it down and capture it. But now that that is done, we are just going to move straight on to the Inca, and then from there probably go after Russia, then Byzantium, then Scythia, then finally Mongolia. Yeah, I thought I had earlier was that since we're unlocking our red coats now, and with our current technological pace, we'll probably get to steel and infantry very quickly. Like very soon after, we'll have a fairly narrow window of opportunity to use our red coats. So maybe instead of saving Mongolia for last, so we can use the redcoats effectively, what I should instead do is, where is Russia's capital, by the way? I don't see where it is. It's probably like in here somewhere, but actually it's probably right here. It's probably just the city center is hidden by the fog. Anyway, as I was saying, does it look like any of the other capital cities are like completely inland? Doesn't really look like any cities full stop are completely inland. So what I'm thinking is, instead of saving them for last, why don't we just, once we get military science, build up a few redcoats and go over there now while we have them. And like maybe while we're doing the war against the Inca. I think I will tell London to make a few frigates. 4 is probably enough since actually, yeah, maybe since we get a free one every single time. So anyway, I think that's gonna be a plan. Can I buy? Not yet. I don't have the pop for it. Yeah, I need to get to 13, and Newcastle's 11. So hopefully these 2 cities won't actually flip. There we go. Yeah. Now that we have the capital city, we have enough pressure to hold on to these 2 cities. So we don't necessarily need to hold on to these units floating around in the bay anymore. Yep. This just in, everyone still hates us. Again, I wonder why.
No one starts a war.
All right. We have a pair. Yeah. Of course, we get the arrow score for our unique unit. We have a pair of melee units over here. We can upgrade. Actually, we have a third one over here. We can upgrade into redcoats. That should probably be enough to take this one city, especially considering at the moment it doesn't even have any walls up yet. So yeah, we'll just send those guys over to Mongolia and take them down while more great admirals, and just take their capital now while we have the redcoats before they go obsolete. Not like it's strictly necessary, but I would like to use them before we lose the opportunity. Because we didn't really see much of the redcoats in Civ 4. And we also didn't really see much of the mana wars in Civ 3, just because, I mean, I used them to bombard the enemy units in coastal cities, but didn't really end up fighting any enemy naval units, because none of the enemies really had any. So, just keep a bunch of projects to keep some of these cities busy, because they've already built all the districts I planned on building there. Yeah, I guess we could build a power plant here. That should be enough for these. That building should serve these three cities. You just sit back and heal. You guys come on down. Kind of running out of room to put all these guys. I think we'll just declare on Pachacuti now. And because we have some units that are kind of in range to be able to strike. Yeah, it should be enough. There we go. That city will be very helpful because we'll need that little canal to pass by this landmass. Otherwise, we have to go all the way back up past the Cree cities we just conquered. Yeah, we'll keep it because, like I just said, we need the canal. Let's see if we can take this city. Doesn't quite look like it. Never mind. We can do a deed, take it. Slap a, excuse me. Slap a dockyard there. Also worth noting that the dockyards will help with the loyalty in these cities we capture because they give extra loyalty to cities on other continents. And I should not neglect this city because this is like really the only city we want because that's their capital. So I should not forget to fight it. Words, you know, words can be hard. Yeah.
Bolt actions. War is hell.
I don't know, I'm having a rather fun time. Let's see, can I just... Yeah. Great Admirals are often slower than the ships that they're in formation with. So, let's go for refining. Get battleships. For those of you who've played this game a lot, you'll notice that some of these later game units aren't on the text they're normally on. It's because I'm using a mod that changes what resources some of these late game units use. Namely, it changes the artillery, the infantry, and the battleship. And I think there might be like one or two others. But the main reason is that in vanilla Civ 6, artillery and infantry both cost oil. They both use oil as maintenance. and battleships use coal as maintenance. So this mod changes it so that artillery require neither to be produced, but don't cost any maintenance. Infantry don't cost any maintenance, and battleships instead use oil instead of coal. I don't know why it changes battleships from coal to oil, but it does. Um, it just makes having like a big land army, like if you've accrued a lot of like infantry units, especially if you're playing as someone who has like a swordsman or musketman unique unit or anything, you don't like suddenly have to keep using like line infantry and stuff because you don't have any oil. Um, or like you have to resort to using like the anti-tank crews because they don't cost any strategic resources. Um, Anything like that. Yeah, water parks. Now that we have the tech to build water parks, we can finally slot in them on the cities we plan them on. Jeez, my words are just totally escaping me today. Frigate. Nope, not the chariot. Not the frigate. One of those frigates was not in a fleet. Yeah, that should hopefully be enough to take Mongolia's capital. There are some city center buildings here. Let's see. Let's pick up a cod, because if Mongolia throws up some walls around their capital city, then our redcoats will not be as badly hindered by them. At this point, I'm kind of haphazardly throwing down improvements and such, but you know, I think we're at the point of the game where we don't necessarily need to worry about optimal city development and such. We're pretty strong. Nope. Did it again. Yeah, I don't think that this ironclad will be able to take the city just yet. We'll slip more of our ships through the canal. These ships might be faster for them to go north through this, like north over this continent, than try to like go all the way south through that canal. Have you heal up. Upgrade you to artillery. Keep you. Let's see. I think we're good on our policies for now. Just trying to think. Do I want to get a... I was thinking about, do I want to get a great general for this artillery? I don't think it's going to be necessary. I don't think that artillery is really going to be doing much, honestly. Might help with taking Cusco, or Cusco. But I don't think it will be necessary, per se. Yeah, we almost just took Cusco that turn, so we definitely don't need the artillery's help, by any means. Why? Hate it when, like, the pathfinding in this game is really weird. Like, it tells you, oh, your unit can move to this tile this turn, and then it takes, like, some wonky-ass, totally, like, not the way I intended it path, and, like, uses all its movement points right across, like, 8 land tiles. You know, try to, like, go from, like, ocean to land, ocean to land, ocean to... It's just, like... Go, there's that city. That's another little canal we can use. So we could just go zoop instead of go zoop. It will keep it. Like I said, it's a nice canal city. Yeah, sometimes if you're far enough ahead and using like strong enough units, you can just go ahead and throw a melee uh like combat unit into a city and like do a like significant chunk of damage without having to bombard it first. Really doesn't matter what we choose here. We don't have any voting power to. We don't have any diplo favor to vote with, and people are just gonna like vote in whatever way screws us over because they'll hate us. So let's see. We got some oil in this new city we just captured. Come on, another source in that same city. One in the Cree city, another in that Cree city, one over there, one over there, one in Liverpool, and that's it. So if we didn't do all this capturing, we would have had one source of oil to work with. Yeah. Also, this mod changes it so the offshore oil rigs can be built with refining instead of having to wait all the way till plastics, just for convenience sake. There we go, economics. We can get Large Ben built. We might have to recapture this because he has his, knight right outside it, but shouldn't be too difficult. I'm just putting off steel so we don't obsolete our redcoats. Not that it's a big deal if they go obsolete. We can still build them, but it would be convenient if we didn't have to, like if I want to build more, then I'd like to have the option. Upgrade some of these frigates into battleships. By some, I mean just two. All we had the oil for. If you're building a unit that requires a strategic resource as upkeep, you will need one unit of that resource to build the unit itself. And then for upkeep, obviously. Once we get electricity and can upgrade the Sea Dogs into submarines, then all of our admirals that just power up medieval and Renaissance era units will be up for retirement because they won't give any more bonuses to the ships that we have. I think I'm gonna actually start spreading my religion around my cities, like the cities that I captured, just so they can benefit from the beliefs, and also just for something else to do, I guess, because it kind of bugs me having only our core cities be our religion, and I didn't really like. I barely spread my religion at all in the Civ 5 game, so I want to be a little bit more proactive about it this time. I think I'll just go after Mongolia now, even though we're not quite in position yet. Like I say, he's got spearmen and archers. I don't think we're gonna have much trouble taking this city. And we didn't. Look at that, he had the Colossus, he had the Great Library, he had Statue of Zeus. Quite a few lovely wonders that he built for us. How nice of him. I don't need this extra frigate fleet to go over there, but we'll send them over there just the same. Alright, we'll see what Chakudi does. Oh, no, he runs away. Alright. He's only got that one city left. Excuse me. Alright. Why don't we, and by we I mean I, here we go. Battleships have 3 range by default, which is very nice. Unfortunately, they don't make the sound of their guns firing in, like, quick combat mode, so you just hear the turret, moving, rotating, whatever the word for that is. Oh, and we are also currently at war with Russia, so we can just don't have to worry about declaring war on them. We can just swoop right on in. Yeah, now you just chill there. No longer have need of your services, good sir. Rest for your job is complete. His cities are all pretty scattered around. Mongolia's, that is. So it'll take a little bit of maneuvering to get to all of them, but we have what we need from him. So no big deal if we can't get everything. Yeah, hopefully, we can capture. Well, actually, never mind. That work is probably doomed. Well, yeah, this fellowship didn't have any promotions towards any bonuses towards city center defenses. That's why I did basically nothing to the city. Well, this one is both of them and obliterated it. I don't have enough money. It's 200. All right. Oh no! For some reason, he embarked his knight. It's astonishing, honestly, what the AI does sometimes. Like the moves they make with their units. Makes no sense. And there goes the Inca. They are toast. I think now we'll go for electricity so we can get seaports. So we can, if we need to, we probably won't, but if we need to, we can build and buy fleets and armadas directly without having to cobble them together from existing units. You build a campus. Build a water park for these cities. Put it here so it's next to the theater square. I'm gonna go for Amani, I guess. And now we could join these two together to get a an armada. Comme ça. Him. If most of the units move up towards Russia, since they'll be our next target. And battleships also have indirect fire, meaning they can shoot over obstacles that would normally block their shots. I'm just going to use him on that ironclad, and I can see he did just Renaissance and Industrial era naval units, and battleships and submarines are modern era. I probably should have brought a melee ship along here. Don't have the money for one. London, you build me some ironclads. I should build 2. Yeah, it looks like in order to get to Mongolia's other cities, we'll have to go through either Byzantium's waters, or snake all the way around down south of Scythia and go from there. So maybe we just hold tight. And that's that. Okay, I just used up. Come on. I'll show Eric, thank you. I think I'll actually hold on to the city because it has some coal, which we don't necessarily need more of, but couldn't hurt, I suppose. And it could hurt the environment, but you know what I mean. Here we go. You industrial modern era. All right, so you can stay. You do medieval and Renaissance eras, so you are definitely someone who's up for retirement. I assume you have bombardment and rolling barrage, so do you. Yeah. I can't even combine these two anyway. They're both fleets. Just thinking, you give a promotion an extra retirement effect is promotion extra combat experience. So yeah, I'll just give that to you. Let's see why we shouldn't. 10 combat strength with inner formation. You are a Dutch miner. All right. Yeah, that's their capital, St. Petersburg. And it doesn't even have walls. Just more projects. Not a lot of things that necessarily need building. Actually, I don't know if you'll be able to build Big Ben on this map. It needs to be next to a river and a commercial hub with a bank in it. Not like we really need it either, to be honest. You just counter spy. Cannot be bothered. Okay, raise units. Yeah. I think the problem with units embarking and unembarking when it comes to the, like, algorithm that decides where they can and can't go is that they don't... Algorithm doesn't account for the fact that when a unit... If a unit has extra moves while it's embarked, like if it can move... Has more movement points while it's embarked, like this settler had 2 movements on land, now it has 6 movements now that it's in the ocean, that like once it goes on land, all those extra movement points that it would have had go away. Like it always assumes it has that maximum amount of movement points to use, and it doesn't realize that when it disembarks, now it's on land, and it's moving at on land speeds instead of open ocean speeds. No. You're not getting out of this that easy, buddy. Oh, looks like one of my city-states is trying to
If it weren't for electricity,
take on... Who's that? That's a cod. A cod sailed one of the caravels all the way over here to try to take Smolensk. That is amazing. Yeah, I kind of want to see if they'll actually succeed. If they do, they'll just burn the city down, because, like I said, I think last episode, city-states can't hold on to major civ cities. They're just not allowed to hold them, so if they capture them, if their units capture one, then the city is automatically razed. Actually, we might not want them to do that, because Tula here is, its coastline is on this inland sea, and Smolensk would be our only, like, way in to that bay. So I'll buy a red coat just in case we need to like go over land to capture that city, but you just chill here. You didn't mean to open the Salutations for that. Oh, we've got a submarine from our excuse me, our dockyards. You do medieval Renaissance era, so +3 combat strength for all naval units. Thank you very much. Like we need it, honestly. Alright, Alan Turing. How fitting we get Alan Turing as England. Radio and computers. Very helpful. Let's go for radio. Yeah. Can't reach that city from the coast at all, so... At least from this side.
if you don't read the newspaper, a world without raid.
Yeah, looks like a cod retreated. Because their caravel is like, what, 2 help left? So... yeah. Just fine. Oh, yeah. Now we're starting to get, we're finally starting to get, great people who make great works of, great works. 162 turns in. It's because I haven't really been focusing on it. Yeah, I'll go for the dockyard now in that city. Oh wait, I could build ships here because they came to the harbor and the harbor was on this side of the See, this is what happens when you pay attention to things. Oh, Mary Shelley, another
I beheld.
I believe she was English. Rembrandt, not English. Definitely not English. He was Dutch, I believe. And even more admirals. Oh, because it's an armada. That's why it's more expensive to upgrade. You, Renaissance and Industrial, yeah. So you would help the ironclads, but you wouldn't help the submarines or battleships. So why don't you just make another copy of Pearls? We probably have all the luxury resources that are available in the ocean anyway, so... Oh, a god's back for more! Yeah, so thankfully, now that we have vision, like active vision over Tula, somehow, we can actually fire on it with our battleships. Because, like I said, they have indirect fire, so they can fire over things like hills and rainforests and such. Sound of the guns panning. I believe the word is panning for when they're like moving side to side. Like that is still satisfying, even if it's not like the nice. You don't actually hear the cannon itself firing like you do with the frigates. Yeah, hold on to Smolensk. Yeah, just crank out a whole bunch of projects to keep the cities busy, because there's not really much else they need to be doing. Yeah, if nothing else, let this be a showcase of how important promotions are, because you can see that this battleship Armada, like one of these ships was like barely doing anything to the city walls. Well, I mean, you saw when we were, I believe when we were attacking onto Wayla, how like this ship that the frigate that just had the bonus against naval units did nothing to the walls, and then the one with the bonus against the city walls absolutely melted them. So, yeah, promotions are important. They really give your fleet the punch, or really your units in general, often the punch that they will need in certain circumstances to succeed the way that you need them to. Yeah, don't neglect free promotions. Don't neglect bonuses that give you extra experience, because what those do is that they basically get your promotions faster because they increase the amount of experience you get from combat. And you earn promotions when you earn experience. There goes Tula. Now Russia's on their last legs. Excuse me. And we can start moving on towards the Byzantines. Let's look at what other ships I need to move. It's a free city. We'll just let it sit. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah, we're probably not going to end up using any planes this series, just because even though we have the tech for them, we're just capturing cities so quickly that like by the time we get any planes over to any relevant fronts, the war will already be over. Especially considering how expensive both the district and the units themselves are in terms of production. And gold, if you want to buy them. Oh, where's that? Over there. Alright. Troops are merely passing by.
The good thing about slowly.
Yeah, I think we will have to I think the best late game government for us will be the Italian Fez Club. I can't say the actual name because otherwise YouTube gets mad at me. I should throw up some flood barriers because why not? Have your plan. Economic Union. So we'll just get it over with. Casus Belli, Golden Age War. Nobody puts the Empress in the corner. Do Industrial Modern Era. Alright, so you're still fine. Yeah, the reason we haven't been getting much era score from having our admirals nearby is because you only get the era score if you kill units with them and not take cities. Fun fact, cities are not units. Even though in many respects they function similar to them. I forgot to bring these. I built these ironclads so we could start taking these cities on the coast, and I totally forgot to actually bring them over to the front where they'll be needed. Aye, aye, aye. I'm good at this game, I swear. 3,000 hours at it. It's a weird visual bug. Sometimes it looks like the Great Admiral gets left behind. Or sometimes the Great General, if, as the case may be, gets left behind, but it did indeed follow the unit they're in formation with. Oh, so I'm gonna call an emergency. Oh. Yeah, military aid request. Nope. I don't know why I'm allowed to vote to join those, considering I am said aggressive enemy that we're trying to like relieve them of. I guess while we're waiting for the ironclads to come over and take the city, we can use our battleships to take down some of their units. Yeah, I believe destroying land units with like an admiral also doesn't give you air score. You have to kill naval units with ships that are under the influence of an admiral. Alright. I don't know why I felt the need to keep that city, but... Nuclear fission. I don't believe Nobel had anything to do with fission. Didn't he invent TNT? Nobel? Something like that? I think the reason he started the Nobel Prizes was to, like, I don't know, make up for that or something. Try to promote peace and such. I don't know. Oh, wow. There was a natural wonder there that I didn't realize was there. See, Scythia might actually end up being the last person we go after. Actually, they are the last person we're going after. What am I saying? The only person we're not at war with yet. So I really did not mean to bring that battleship away from Kazan. Because it is proving quite the tough nut to crack. Even with a battleship fleet with plus 17% bonus combat strength against cities. I have no idea what that means. Crossing a field. I have no idea what he's trying to tell me. I guess we can now go for steel. Just really doesn't matter what we build in our cities anymore. The game is pretty much over and done with. It's just a formality at this point. Yeet. That city. People still say yeet. I still say yeet. I'm people, so last time I checked. Well, I am a person. The nice things about battleships is because they have 3 range, they can bombard a city outside of the range that a city can like defend itself, because cities attack with two ranged when they're defending themselves. Or rather, when using like a city strike, that attack has two range. Yeah, Byzantium has not built any walls in any of their cities. You can see they're starting to in these cities, but just absolutely melted Constantinople. And now that we have steel, we get basically like free walls in every city. Byzantium, you have one city left. Now you have, excuse me, now you have no city left. I'm definitely looking forward to playing as her when we get to Byzantium, because Theodora, Empress Theodora, is probably one of my favorite historical figures. Try a bit late to start building Oxnard University, but you know, it's something to do. You definitely won't finish it before the game ends, I can tell you how much. Yes, now we join the Italian Fez Club and get some important combat bonuses. Yeah, I think that's everything we need from policies. I think I'll just retire you. We definitely don't need any more Great Admirals. I think you can just chill here as well. We definitely have all the ships we need to finish off Scythia. I don't know, I felt the need to let that particular quote play, but I did, so. Excuse me. But even though the admirals give a movement point bonus to like the relevant ships they influence, they still end up slowing down the ships they're attached to, because the ships can just move so much faster. Alright, if you insist. Yeah, we'll keep it. Actually, gonna give this guy the other promotion, so we can combine these two and get a fleet with two promotions. War department heal up to 20 hit points when they eliminate a unit. I don't know if capturing a city counts for that, but sorry, just crack up my knuckles. Has the Humper been built yet? It has not. Probably won't finish it before the game ends, but it's one of my favorite wonders, so I would like to at least start building it. An actually somewhat useful Golden Gate Bridge connecting two very large, disparate land masses. Wow. After all this time, we finally get a great general, and she gives bonuses to Renaissance and Industrial Era units. Interesting that Joan of Arc gives bonuses to Renaissance and Industrial Era land units, considering she died in, like, what, 1200? Like, the late medieval era. She was involved in the 100 Years' War, so, like, I don't know why she gives bonuses to units that late in, like, comparatively speaking, that late in history. So it's time to wrap this up. Finish this off. Damn it! Just not enough movement points. She destroyed a trade route.
Better to fight sports, do not.
Not a big deal. We own the world. If only Cardiff was in this game, we'd be getting so much power from all of our Royal Navy dockyard buildings. And it would be reasonably appropriate considering Cardiff is part of England. Cardiff is a city in Cornwall, which is part of England. Einstein. Destroyers. Just randomly naming things that appear on screen. Man. Yeah, I'm so bad with preserves. There's no idea how they work. Unfortunately, it's just too far out of range for our battleships to reach from this side. Until we get that promotion that gives them +1 range. Oh, can from right here. Excellent. Unfortunately, I don't have any melee units in range. So next turn, the game will be over, because we'll take Pokrovka, that will be the last capital, and domination victory will be ours. You can just stay there. You can chill. One more turn, and the game will be won. Oh! I didn't realize I had a worker over there. Builder. Same thing. Thought the game crashed there for a second. That would have been very bad. Maybe you guys would have loved it. You know, why am I bothering with all this city construction botheration? Let's just finish this already. All right.
Though its face may change throughout the ages, history is written from the hand of the victor. By your actions this day, you ensure our people a glorious tomorrow.
All right, and that is the end of Civ 6 for England, as well as the end of the Test of Time for England, at least in theory until Civ 7 is released. If Civ 7 gets released before the Metaseries ends, I will definitely, actually, well, I'm not gonna go back, and do games for all the Civs in Civ 7 before the Metaseries finishes. I want to finish the Metaseries as it is, then maybe I'll revisit it once Civ 7 comes out. But anyway, this hasn't even been officially announced that it's happening yet, so that's something to worry about for the far distant future. But anyway, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's very similar to the Civ 5 game, where it's it's fun. It's fun to just zoom around at the speed of sound on the open ocean, be able to take cities really quickly. It's a lot easier to maneuver your units around on the ocean because it's the ocean. There are no rivers to cross, no mountains to climb, no forest to get lost in. It's just water. Granted, you have to know how to navigate on it. Once you get to cartography or astronomy, whatever tech you need to cross the open ocean, then it's fine. And you don't need to build. We do need a big military. You need a big navy, but you don't need don't need to worry about which land unit counters which. You don't necessarily need. Oh, I'm going to be fighting a lot of cavalry. You need to bring a lot of anti-cav with me, or I need to. Don't need to worry too much about your composition. You just need the ranged units and the melee units, and that's it. As for my performance this game, I feel like I could have done the early game a bit better. I definitely kind of got distracted with the with kind of building the boats a little early, because we didn't do any warring with the boats until we got to frigates and caravels. So building a bunch of galleys and quadriremes wasn't really necessary at all. Actually, it wasn't necessary at all. especially considering when I tried to use the quadriremes, they failed miserably against Caguana. Um, but could have done the early game a bit better. Could have focused more on expansion instead of toying around with boats that we weren't going to use for 40, 50 more turns. And maybe gotten off to a bit of a quicker start. But I think in the end, it didn't matter too terribly much once we took over Persia and the Kree. It was kind of over because we had like a big enough, that was enough for us to snowball into um, taking over the rest of the world. And, even though I got off to a bit of a slow start and didn't really settle until after we we're in like the medieval era, didn't like really start expanding quickly until we were already in the medieval era. I still managed to get the sprawling empire era score where you have I think it's like 3 more cities than whoever is in second, like 3 more cities than the next biggest empire is like what that era score is for. We still got that. So I still did did a pretty good job of expanding. Could have done it a bit earlier. Probably could have gotten an earlier win date, but we still won. That's really what matters. What we got a score of 3, Abraham Lincoln. I want to see. Yeah, we can't filter the great people by the amount. By the like which great person specifically. I wanted to see if we indeed got every single great admiral, or at the very least, we're the only people to get great admirals, because obviously there are still some admirals left in the game that haven't been earned yet. So that was England in the Test of Time miniseries. For the series overall, I think it was a lot of fun. I think naval play kind of gets overlooked by Civ players. Like most Civ players tend to play on like Pangea or Seven Seas or Inland Sea, or like maps with a lot of land. They tend to focus on the land combat, the land development. But I think naval focused games are just as fun. Naval domination is honestly, I think, easier than land domination. Because with land units, most land units only move 2 tiles per turn. Ships move at a base like 3 or 4 tiles per turn. And like I was saying earlier, on the open ocean, you don't have like a lot of rough terrain to have to navigate through and around. You just have the open water to sail across. And I'm also glad we got to actually showcase some of the unique units for England in Civ 5 and Civ 6. Because I didn't really show the redcoats in Civ 4, even though I intended to. I didn't end up doing it because I just got a bit salty and kind of gave up on the idea. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try. I know I said it a lot in the ending of the Civ 4 series, but I definitely want to stick to my original plan as much as possible. I don't want to just kind of change gears halfway through playing one game like that again, because I know I can tell you guys definitely did not appreciate that. But nevertheless, we are we're done with England, and now it is just up to the Wheel of Destiny to decide who we play as next. So, yeah, and I think we'll just go straight to that. So I'll meet you at the wheel. All right, and here is the Wheel of Destiny. I have removed England from the list. These are all the all the civs we haven't played as yet for the Metaseries. So let's just spin the wheel and see who we get. France. Just going straight for the neighbors, I guess. So, the Wheel of Destiny has decided the next series in the Test of Time Metaseries will be about France. Which should be interesting because, generally speaking, France is very culture-focused, so we will be steering away from a lot of the war that we've seen with Rome and with England. So, join me next episode as we start the test of time, Civilization 3 as France. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the meta series so far. I hope you enjoyed the hope you enjoyed Civ 6 as England and really all the other games we've played as England and as Rome, really. And I just want to say thanks for being here, watching these videos, supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So, as always, be good, stay safe, and I'll see you all next episode.